Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Spooky Noodles Podcast. Today we will be covering the history of the ancient beast, the Kraken. I'm super excited to cover this as I really like the concept behind the Kraken. If you're unaware, the Kraken is a massive octopus. The beast originated from Scandinavian folklore. Personally, this came as quite the surprise as I always thought it was a monster from Greek mythology. This is a quite commonly held misbelief, and it is likely this way thanks to Hollywood. In 1981, a film called Clash of the Titans was released in theaters. The film follows the Greek tale of Perseus. At a certain point in the movie, Perseus battles a sea monster. The appearance of the monster is similar to that of a Greek monster called the Cetus. However, in the movie, the monster was referred to as the Kraken. Thanks to this, the Kraken is now erroneously assumed to be of Greek origin. It isn't clear as to when the myth originated. However, it is commonly believed to have originated sometime in the early to mid-1700s. At first, the monster's physical appearance was debated, but now it is commonly thought to be a gigantic octopus. At times, it was described as being similar to lobsters or fish. The Kraken was infamous for supposedly attacking and sinking the ships of Norwegian sailors. It did this through one of two methods. The most common method was for it to wrap its tentacles around the ship and drag it down into the water. In case a backup plan was needed, the Kraken also had the ability to create a vortex around the ship, which would in turn drag it down. To identify the potential presence of the Kraken, two main things needed to be true. The first being the position of the current ship. The Kraken resides somewhere in the Norwegian Sea. Assuming the conditions were as favorable as possible, a Viking longboat could go from, excuse my pronunciation, Stadvarfjörður on the coast of Iceland to Bergen on the coast of Norway in approximately a day and a half. Of course, conditions would rarely have been this favorable, so a trip involving these two places would likely have taken multiple days. This left multiple days for the Kraken to make its attack. The second big way to sight the Kraken was with the abundance of fish. Schools of fish would stay near the Kraken at all times. Sighting large amounts of fish could clue a sailor into the presence of the Kraken. The myth of the Kraken is thought to have stemmed from sightings of giant squid. Architeuthis ducks, also known as giant squids, are found all throughout the world. These creatures stay relatively hidden though. They are estimated to be in depth ranges of 1,000 to 3,000 plus feet. The squid uses its tentacles to capture prey, similar to how the Kraken primarily captures its prey. The Kraken does not have a definitive size, but it is believed to be around 40 to 50 feet in length. Throughout the centuries, the Kraken has appeared in a lot of different media. It has made appearances in film series such as Pirates of the Caribbean and The Clash of the Titans. It has also appeared in games like God of War 2 and Sea of Thieves. If you want to learn more about the Kraken, please visit the sources linked in the show notes. There are quite a few there, and some of them go into far more detail than I did. If you enjoyed that story, please consider sticking around for more. Next Sunday, we will be covering the tale behind an SCP that causes many strange side effects. Although it is a shorter one, I really enjoyed making this episode. I do like reading the Creepypastas and SCPs, but I can also appreciate really making my own thing with information that I have gathered. Our sources are linked in the show notes. If you've got any suggestions or tips for our future episodes, please contact us at our email spookynoodlespod@gmail.com or at our Twitter @SpookyNoodles. Your feedback is greatly appreciated. Make sure to keep your taste for horror alive by watching the next episode of Spooky Noodles on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, or YouTube. Thank you for listening.